Hey everybody, and welcome back to The Witness. We are here on top of the castle area. Well, I don't know if top is really the best way to put it, but we're behind the castle at least. And we're looking out here onto this other side. This looks like an area where you should be able to start an environmental puzzle, but I'm not really seeing how you could do one, so we'll leave that alone. We haven't really been back here very much. We did briefly visit it earlier. And that looks promising. But that's certainly not an end to a puzzle, though. So that's not going to work. And it looks like we can't really form a perfect circle with this unless we're standing here. And right here there's a gap. Looks like that's the end right there. So what gives? Well, we'll come back to this later. But let's just say the solution was very satisfying to figure out. Alright, so let's check out the ship here. We haven't really looked at this yet. But I happen to know there's a lot of environmental puzzles to find here, as well as one really devious bunker puzzle. This was the one I was kind of alluding to last time. That looks like it should be used in something. Maybe we have to go through it with the boat. Ah, this looks promising as well. I think we'll probably have to stand in a specific location, like here. There we go. There we are. Now, can we do that over here with maybe this one? Maybe we have to use that hole right there as the starting point. Let's try using that hole. Alright, so if we just stand maybe over here. That looks like it should be the end. That piece there that's jutting out is kind of a problem because that's making the circle less of a perfect circle. But if I can just find a way. There? No. There's got to be a way to join that together. Nope, that's not working. I know there's another one of these up here somewhere that involves a hole on the ship. And I think it's here. I just need to figure out how. Can't be from that angle. Wait, maybe it starts here. This would make a little more sense. If I can find a way to start it. There we go. Clever. Oh, it's the exact same spot as the one for here. Okay. That would have been helpful. Okay, I don't think we can do anything there. Or anything up here. There may be a triangle puzzle here as well, now that I'm thinking about it. We'll have to keep an eye out. Doesn't seem to be anything of consequence there. Or here, for that matter. I don't know. Wait a minute. There's a rope, but nothing tied to it that we can use. Let's see what's inside first before we go up and around. Doesn't seem like there's anything down here either. It's kind of a spooky location. I rather like it. Anything interesting here? Nope. I do like how there are so many areas in this game that don't really have a purpose, but they're pretty cool to explore. This looks promising. Can we do that from here? I'm assuming yes. There's a third one up here that we could play with. That's good to know. Nothing this way. That hole looks like it should be used for something, but maybe not. Alright, so that seems to be all. Let's check out what's on top. Ooh, I see something very curious here. Can this be used as a starting point? It can. I just have to figure out how to line it up right. There we go. Like I said, you can use the negative space in interesting ways like that as well. Oh, that's the other set of stairs that we encountered earlier. So nothing else seems to be up here, is there? I'm still looking for a triangle puzzle, because I'm almost certain there's one here somewhere. Oh, hey, there's a recording.
A shipowner was about to send to sea an emigrant ship. He knew that she was old, and not well built at the first, that she had seen many seas and climes, and often had needed repairs. Doubts had been suggested to him that possibly she was not seaworthy. These doubts preyed upon his mind and made him unhappy. He thought that perhaps he ought to have her thoroughly overhauled and refitted, even though this should put him at great expense. Before the ship sailed, however, he succeeded in overcoming these melancholy reflections. He said to himself that she had gone safely through so many voyages and weathered so many storms that it was idle to suppose she would not come safely home from this trip also. He would put his trust in Providence, which could hardly fail to protect all these unhappy families that were leaving their fatherland to seek for better times elsewhere. He would dismiss from his mind all ungenerous suspicions about the honesty of builders and contractors. In such ways, he acquired a sincere and comfortable conviction that his vessel was thoroughly safe and seaworthy. He watched her departure with a light heart, and benevolent wishes for the success of the exiles in their strange new home that was to be. And he got his insurance money when she went down in mid-ocean and told no tales. What shall we say of him? Surely this, that he was verily guilty of the death of those families. It is admitted that he did sincerely believe in the soundness of his ship, but the sincerity of his conviction can in no wise help him, because he had no right to believe on such evidence as was before him. He had acquired his belief not by honestly earning it in patient investigation, but by stifling his doubts. And although in the end he may have felt so sure about it that he could not think otherwise, yet inasmuch as he had knowingly and willingly worked himself into that frame of mind, he must be held responsible for it. William K. Clifford, 1874.
Now, I don't know if you guys were paying attention during that, but there's been a series of drippy noises and moaning noises that you can hear in the background. And those noises are key to solving this puzzle. And this puzzle, I gotta admit, I could not figure out. I didn't really have the patience for solving it. But it's a very interesting one to solve, because you're basically dealing with two principles that have been taught on the island earlier. One of them is the sound stuff that we learned in the bamboo forest, and the other one is the symmetry stuff that we learned early on in the game. So you'll notice that whenever we draw a line here, that the symmetry stuff applies because the line hits itself here in the middle. So there's an invisible line that's starting over here that gets drawn as soon as you draw this one. You also notice that there are dots here on the map. There are some that are purple, some that are orange, and then there's some that are black. Now obviously one color has to be done with one line and the other color has to be done with the other line, and the black ones could be taken by either lines. So if you were to pretty much record all of this, I'll go ahead and give this away, you'll figure out that the sequence for the drips that you're supposed to go with is low, high, medium. Now, it's kind of a little bit hard to tell that it's low, high, and medium, but there's really only 3 possible combinations as long as you have that order, so you can experiment with it. The sequence for the moaning noises is a little bit easier to deduce. I think there's a little bit of a break after the 4th moan, but basically the pitches are medium, low, medium, and high. So what you have to figure out is you have to start here, and then go here, and then go here with one line, and then start, I believe, over here, and then go here, and then here with another line, and then there. So, one thing that I find interesting about this puzzle is that I believe it's possible, actually, to draw the line in such a way that this is the line you're drawing. And you're probably wondering, what's the big deal about that? Well, part of the thing that we learned with the symmetry puzzles earlier was that, make sure I'm doing this correctly here. So right now it's in the middle. I believe that is correct. One of the things that we learned about the symmetry puzzles earlier was that a blue line is normally drawn whenever you solve them, right? And I would think that because of this, and because of that there's a yellow line that's drawn as the mirror line, that you're supposed to be forced to use this as the starting point, right? And the reason why is because these dots here are purple and these dots are orange. And outside here we also had this principle of the red light casting a new color, or casting itself on this and creating a new color, which is, I guess you could say, a third principle that we took away from the greenhouse, making this, which would be blue, purple, and this, which would be yellow, orange. So I would think that this should be the line that you draw, and not this, but somehow that is valid. Maybe they made it easier so that the puzzle wouldn't be quite as fiendish to solve, but either way, it's a pretty interesting puzzle to figure out. And we got another code to use in the windmill. We only have one left, and it's, not, believe it or not, even harder to get than this one. But we'll get to that later on. It's harder for a completely different reason than anything we've seen here. Here we go. Let's go ahead and head back. I think we've gotten all the environmental puzzles we need to get here, if I'm not mistaken. These all tie to the tree house, much like the castle did. So we can always go back there and check once we get close to finishing up. But for now, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go and take the boat around, because there's a few puzzles that we need to do while traveling on the boat. One of them is in the desert area. We haven't quite done that yet. And where was the... Oh wait, was it another level down? It was. There we go. Alright, so we are now done with the castle area for now. There's one thing more that we need to do, which I'll get to later. I do appreciate all the shortcuts that we're opening up here, because it makes it a little bit easier to get to the boat when we need it. Still don't know what we're supposed to be doing here, the one puzzle that we're missing, basically. I still wonder if it's in the boathouse, as I'm calling it, area. It feels like it should be, which that's not it. But I'm not sure entirely what it would be. I feel like we used all the tools that we needed to use. Unless this really is a starting point for something. We were wondering about that. We'll come back to that toward the end. I'm sure there will be lots of puzzles like that that we'll need to look for. So first things first, I'm going to go backtrack toward the desert to get the puzzle over there. And then we'll move on forward to where the ship is, so that we can go under there and see what we can find. Alright, so we start there, and go there. I don't know if there's a purpose to going inside here. I don't remember there being a reason for that, but there could be, and I'm just forgetting it. We'll probably explore that later on. Actually, come to think of it, now I think I do know what the purpose of it is, and it has nothing to do with solving puzzles. Some of the symmetry formations that you can see with the rocks and stuff there produce some interesting shapes. And you have to be in the boat to see them, if I'm remembering correctly. So I don't think we've been this route before. Let's see a bunch of cool stuff. You'd think that would be the start of a puzzle right there. That thingy there. Okay, so here's where it is. It's around this part. And let's see, I think we just need to round the door here. I don't know which direction it goes. Okay, it goes this way. Good. Oh! I was going too fast. Whoops. Hang on. Let's do that again. So you really have to be quick with this, or else you're going to lose it. I don't think that rock formation has any significance, outside of maybe looking really cool. Alright, we'll slow it down just to be on the safe side. Some of these puzzles with the boat can kind of be a little tedious if you get things wrong, but as long as you keep your eyes open and you're pretty much aware of what to do, it's not too bad. Okay, there we go. So let's go back this way. Hopefully speed 3 will be okay. There we go. Almost missed it. Come on. There we go. Gotcha. Alright, let's move this way. There's two paths to take. I'm going to take... let's take this one first. There's a reason why I'm doing it. And I'll speed it up for now. Okay. Onward to victory. I don't know why I sounded Russian while saying that. So we still have to take the boat around this side of the island, but we'll do that after we're done with the treehouse and the swamp areas. The swamp area, man, we haven't been there in a long time. I guess we did deviate from the sequence that we did the earlier puzzles in, but that's mainly just because there's less reason to do that area first, since we're not having to deal with the prerequisite of learning about the square mechanisms and whatnot. Okay, I happen to know that there's a puzzle coming up that's a little tricky. Tricky in that you need to be very watchful and also not do anything weird with your mouse. Okay. Coming up, there's going to be a piece of green moss or something that's going to serve as the starting point for a puzzle that's going to last for a while. And I hope I can get this on the first try. I'm slowing down just to be on the safe side. I don't think there's anything here to do. There it is. It's right there. Okay. Basically, we're going to have to follow this green line all the way around the shipwreck, so we gotta just hold on to this and make sure we don't miss anything. The nice thing is, and it took forever to discover this, you don't actually have to hold the mouse down while you solve these puzzles, which is really nice. I did not realize that the first time I played through the game. I think it was only when I had to solve a puzzle that... Why can't I go through that? There we go. When I had to solve a puzzle that actually forced me to let go of the mouse. Well, not force me, but it was kind of a preference. That I realized, oh, you don't actually need to do this. But we'll solve that puzzle toward the end. That one's a bit of a doozy. Okay, go there. And around. Yeah, this one lasts a while. There we go. You gotta make sure you make these bridges here, or else you're pretty much sunk, so to speak. Okay, just go up there. It's a very clever setup. Okay, we still aren't done yet. We'll know when it flashes, but I think the end is around this other side. There we go. Okay, we're still going. Ding, 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 ding. Come on. I can see more green. Oh, hey, it went there without me even seeing that. There we go. That was really satisfying to do. Okay. So, I think what we need to do now is we need to go this way. I'm going to slow the ship down here, the boat down, because I want to make sure we don't miss anything. That looks like it should be the start of something, but I don't think it is. Usually I'll remember what it is, because these puzzles, at least for me, were really memorable to the point where usually I won't, if I see something that I don't recognize, it's probably not part of the solution. Alright, so all we need to do is just go under there and grab a few things, hopefully. I don't know if going inside the tree house area is actually necessary for any puzzles. I don't remember that being a prerequisite for anything, but you never know. Okay. Alright, we're getting there. Okay, I can already see the holes in the ceiling already. Well, as close to a ceiling as this gets. Okay, there's one. We have to make sure it's all blue, though. Okay. Can we get through? Yes, there we go. Looks like this one goes on for a little while. There we go. I want to say there's another one. Not sure if it's... Wait, was that the starting point of the other one? I forgot where the starting points were. Oh boy. Alright, let's go to the treehouse and backtrack. Oh, are we going backwards? We are. Interesting. This looks correct. Maybe not. But somehow that looks like it should be used for something in here. Unless I was supposed to go there. Because I think that was the starting point of this whole thing, right? Yeah, that was. Okay, let's go back. Sorry about that. I don't know if we have to do it from this direction or the other way, but we'll see. Unless that's just supposed to be for the upper area, where you, Oh, hey! There's like a negative space one there. That looks suspicious. I wonder if that's why we go backwards through it. Maybe we're supposed to start with that. Let's give this a shot. I forgot about that one. That definitely looks conspicuous enough that I'm willing to investigate that further. Because we were so focused on that earlier that we didn't even notice that. So let's see what this leads. Wait, were we even going backwards earlier, or did it seem that way because I was standing in that spot and... I don't know. It seems like you should be able to do this from the outside. Like before you go in, because when you're in... Does that really lead to anything, or... I didn't want to click on anything there. Yeah, I don't think I can even see that. Huh. I can't click on anything there. That's a problem. Maybe we are supposed to do it from the other side. Alright, let's go back. I'm almost certain that that's used for something, though. Like, I would be very surprised if it wasn't. Like, this one here seems really nicely organized, so Of course, that could be it. Who knows? That just seems so perfectly placed. What is up with that? That is really suspicious. Oh! Here. Am I supposed to do something with this? Like maybe use this? Okay, we know we can do it from like further away. We just need to figure out how that's useful. Alright, let's go back. Sorry for all the back and forthing here, but I think we'll get this. I'm still wondering if there's a second one on the inside. For some reason, I want to say there is. I just can't remember how. So maybe if we start far away enough, then we can finish it when we're actually there. Okay. Let's see, does this lead it to anything? Anywhere? That looks promising. There we go. Oh. Oh, here we go. Maybe this is the other one. There we go. Okay. So maybe that was the solution. And maybe all of these are just for the other puzzles. So, let's just run with that for now. I don't really see any other way we can do anything here, so we'll work with that. And we'll head over here to the trees. See what challenges await us there. I know of a few that are particularly hard to find, but hopefully that won't be too much of a problem. I think one of them actually might be here, if I'm not mistaken. Though I don't know if the boat is in the proper orientation to make this work. I'm specifically looking at that buoy thing there. I think if you stand in a spot where that circle can be aligned properly, alright, somehow we're missing something. Maybe I need to stand in a slightly different... There we go. No? Because that doesn't connect. Okay, somehow this has got to work. Okay, how did we do this before? Let me just get a refresher. We started here, we went... No. So it has to go out there. So I think the boat is in the proper orientation to make this work. Maybe we have to go at it from over here. There's this other area. No, trees are blocking the way. Alright, bear with me guys. I know there's a solution here. Okay, is that valid? I think it is. Nope, I can't connect there. Okay, somehow this can work. I know this can work. And the fact that this is shaped like that is kind of a little suspicious, isn't it? Okay, earlier we were able to make it up the thing, so I don't know. There we go. Alright, so where do we go from here is the question. Like, what do we do? Maybe we're in the wrong spot. So if the boat was turned around... I still can't get over this connecting like this. Like, this seems correct. Like, I don't see anything particularly bad about this solution. Unless we're supposed to stand here. Because that looks like it should be able to connect, but maybe the thickness of the lines is wrong. This one's kind of a little fiddly. I seem to recall this wasn't quite as bad when I first found it. The fact that you can actually go on... No, not that. The fact that you can actually go up here is what's intriguing. Oh, you know what it could be? I'm wondering if you have to get the boat to move to make this work. Because if I did do that, I'm just seeing what I can line up here. That might be a possibility. Wait a minute. No, I still can't do it from here. Alright. Well, we'll figure that one out later. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and end the video. So next time, we're going to try to solve puzzles around this area. And until then, thanks so much for watching. As always, don't forget to like this video, subscribe if you haven't already, and ring that little bell so you can get notified of the next episode. And I will catch you on the flip side. So take care and see you next time.